unbelievable play. Him and PJ communicated, what they were going to do, on the offensive rebound. Honestly, like I didn't mean to miss it. I intended to make it. And it was just a perfect miss. They did an unbelievable job of moving the Dallas bigs around and was able to tip the ball in.
That was just part of the insanity we had last night. And since it's Saturday, that can only mean one thing. Another edition of Friday Night Lights, giving you the best plays from last night in the NBA with X's and O's, the highs and the lows, and a little comedy show with that special B-ball breakdown spin. You in? Let's jump into it with a key Eastern Conference matchup between the teams that like to wear green, you know what I mean? And Jason Tatum had himself a case of the reopening night jitters, as Brook Lopez tortured him time and again at the rim, and boy was it grim. Whether Lopez was spotting and swatting the shots out of the air, or just besting and contesting into bad misses, I swear, it got so bad that this was one of only 2 shots he made all game, getting credit being the closest player when the Bucks tipped it in. Lame. Chris Middleton had 8 assists, a bunch going to Giannis, who treated the undersized Celtics like a group of Pocahontas-sized people. The nice backscreen off the out-of-bounds play worked wonders as the Greek freak makes mincemeat out of Wanamaker on his way to the Tice breaker. The Middleton Antetokounmpo pick and roll gets positioned down low for the quick show and the free throw. Cue the Celtics fans' outrage at this as the ref stopped play thinking it was a violent act to the nuts. But when it was only a shot at the ribs, they said play on, no 6th foul for Giannis. And when it was tied with 90 seconds left when Giannis took off for the hoop, first ask yourself why Tatum is reaching in 5 feet above the three-point line, but watch Marcus Smart do what Marcus Smart does. Takes the charge for Giannis' 6th foul, but wait! They review this, and while Smart's feet are out of the restricted area, he didn't quite get into legal guarding position before Giannis got in the air. So it's a block. Marcus Smart thinks he knows what this is all about, but when the Bucks turn to the mid-Giannis pick and roll pairing again, Chris catches them napping and the ball is snapping. The game is over. Can I get an amen? Let's check in on the Magic versus the Nets, where the second quarter saw Orlando force Brooklyn to tango, acting purely only to see this game end early. We've got a James Ennis gather into a layup. Jacques Vaughn ain't happy, but the call wasn't crappy, since here is where he ends the dribble, takes his legal 2 steps, so don't quibble. There's nothing like a one-touch pass to get me out of my chair, so here's a beauty from Vooch to Fournier. Evan kept it up by cutting back door, while Aaron Gordon slips the bounce pass in past the shin, giving me a grin. Fournier was at it again, checked the little pass fake that sucks 2 defenders to the corner, making the lead 9 to end the quarter. Okay, so they got one more shot in before the buzzer, forcing the switch out top with Augustine and Allen. A nice give and go, Jarrett got lost in the snow, and no one was left to stop the photo. Okay, huge game with playoff implications as the 8th-seeded Grizzlies took on the 9th-seeded Trailblazers. So, you think Portland was happy to get Yusuf Nurkic back? I know who CJ McCollum was, as they hook up in the 2-man game, get a 2-on-1 in the middle of the paint, and nice finish off the glass. Same play, but this time it's a keeper! And oh my, it's not a bug, it's a feature! The Nurkic to CJ connection continued. Perfect timing on the pass, and the twisting, floating, banking, rolling shot gets got, and he's hot, with the pitch to pick that's slick and quick, and the triple does the trick. Meanwhile, Jaren Jackson Jr. had himself a ball game, folks. Off the Iverson cut for Ja, Heathler cuts to the left side, splits and goes in the catch, checked it between the legs, crossing Nurkic up and the dunk in his face, putting him in his place. Triple J made Nurk look like a jerk again, same side, same drive. After this effort, take 5. Down the stretch, CJ tosses the ball way out front before running after it and pulling for the 1-point lead. It took overtime to decide this one, folks, and CJ was at it again from deep as he gets a step on Brooks, letting us know how he cooks. And it was Mr. Lillard who said enough is enough with the delay game into the middle. Fantastic help all around, but he shoots this on the way down with the right hand no less, proving his team is the best, saying Grizzlies, get out of town. The Suns are fun while the Wizards have none, and a sign of a well-coached team is running a play off the opening tip-off. Check Devin Booker setting the back screen for Ayton to free him up for the easy bacon. and we've been waiting for it since he got to the league. Ayton has nice shooting form, so why not step behind that line and get yourself some extra points? He had 24 of them, and here does his best Patrick Ewing imitation, spotting up from the low post to hit that good-looking 15-footer. Remember when I said the Suns are fun? Rubio off the ball screen at the free throw line while Bridges cuts back door. Love the pass, love the finish, love the game. On this reversal pass to the top, normally Šarić would dribble handoff to the guy in the corner as Cameron Johnson would cut to the hoop. But wait, threading the needle for the layup makes me stand up and salute. And to put the nail in the coffin, something he should do more often, Ayton puffs out his chest as the Suns rise in the West. San Antonio versus Sacramento. These guys aren't really playing for much, but we've got Derek White Mama, who is scorching from beyond the arc, helping DeMar DeRozan to 4 of his 10 assists. How about catching his man napping on the weak side? But I don't blame him that much. It's always a surprise when DeRozan makes a pass out of an ISO post-up, and I dig the finish. A simple step-up screen for DeRozan gets him downhill against Bjelica, whom he tortured all night. And when Bogdanović helps one pass away foolishly, it leaves White all alone to hop into this shot. For the Kings, De'Aaron Fox could not be stopped, especially in transition where the Spurs looked shocked. Maybe it was his locks that he chopped while he dropped 39, but the Spurs could not be topped as they hunted Bjelica when DeRozan said see ya and iced the game by getting all the way to the rock. And that brings us to the headliner, Rockets Mavericks. Let's just say defense optional, as the two combined for 302 points. Luka must have felt like he was doing individual instruction drills by himself in a practice gym. He didn't need much long-range trouble on his way to a triple-double as he kept waltzing right to the rim with nary a hint of a defender near him. It got almost embarrassing, to be honest, as the Rockets kept reaching and leeching while Luka was teaching and preaching, with each shot getting easier and easier until the game seemed quite at hand. KP was like Gulliver against the Lilliputians. He just morphed over to dwarf since he's from Dusseldorf. No, he's not. And the Rockets were willing to give up mid-range shots all day. But Trey Burke came out of the woodwork to nail 8 threes as a perk playing alongside the new Dirk. 3 defenders collapse, and that open, it's a wrap. Luka made the defense so far behind, like they're blind and resigned, in a bind, they pay no mind, and look what Burke can find. But it turns out those Rockets have deep pockets when it comes to making the score skyrocket. Between Harden and Westbrook, these guys waltz to the rim at will over and over again, and as the pinball machine that was a scoreboard kept pinging and popping, you knew this game was going down to the wire in an explosion of leather through nylon. And while that might sound dirty to you, the only thing dirty was how poor the defensive rotations were, but I'm not even sure that mattered. The offensive skills of these guys is too good to contain, and I think we got a glimpse into the future of the NBA last night, for better or for worse. But someone had to win this thing, and it certainly looked like the Mavericks until their career 84% free throw shooter missed this one and gave the Rockets a little hope. Kudos from the Mavericks for fouling up 3 to prevent the Rockets from tying the game with a shot, but this one was a little bit too close for my comfort, as Harden had an argument that he was already in the shooting motion and deserved 3 free throws. No matter, the refs only gave him a common foul, and it set up this scenario. Down 2 with 1 free throw left. And we already heard from Harden, but here's the problem. Why wasn't he missing this on purpose? It was pretty much their only hope at that point. Carlisle probably should have subbed in the Boban for this. It couldn't have hurt. But mad props to Covington for making an absolutely spectacular play, as this unintentional miss ended up being perfect. Both teams look gassed by the end, and this smart kick out by Russ finds Covington trailing. Maxey was lessy as he couldn't get a hand up, and it was the nail in the coffin. You come here often? Because you should, since I'll give you the sights as we reach new heights on Friday Night Lights. Like and subscribe. With your comments, describe what you like so much from B-Ball Breakdown and such. I'll see you next weekend. It's not a channel, it's a conversation. You win.